What is up, y'all? It's your boy Gerrick here from Mid at 12 a.m. and today I'll be coming at you with a Dell Optiplex 760 build. Now, a little background on myself: I've never done anything with PC building, PC case modding, whatever you want to say. But after watching Linus Tech Tips' $69 gaming PC build, I got a little inspiration and used that as a build guide for the rest of this video. Anyway, just a little background on this PC. I found it at work. It was in the dumpster. Somebody was about to throw it away, and I said, you know what, why not try to give this PC a second life? Maybe it could actually play me some games here at home. Anyway, the next couple minutes you should just see me probably voice overing over a couple time lapses. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you enjoy this video. Peace out. Alright, so the first step I actually did was to take out the HDD. This is a 250GB hard drive from Seagate, and I also removed its tray because that's where our graphics card is going to go later into the build. I put that to the side, and I'll be using that later as an external hard drive. I know it's not a lot, there's 1TB options out there, but you know, I'll just put that to the side. I'm going to put an SSD in here, which is 120GB. Of course, it's a bit smaller, but it already has all my files on there, so I could immediately use the PC once I actually load this in. So I took out the floppy disk drive and the optical disk drive just so I could get to those little screw points right there for the heatsink, and I took that baby out. Next thing I actually did here was to take out these RAM sticks, and there's only 3 of them for some reason, even though there's 4 slots. I don't know if that's supposed to be something or whatever happened to the other stick, but yeah, that's definitely something I upgraded later. So now I'm trying to unscrew things from the power supply so I could take that baby out, because of course I want to take out as much out before I try to take out the motherboard. And another thing I actually, looking back at, should have did was to take out that CPU right there, but at the time I felt like it was easier just to let it sit in that little socket right there. And that CPU is a Core 2 Duo E8400, which came in at 3 GHz, but that's definitely something I upgraded later, which I upgraded with a Core 2 Quad processor. Anyway, you see me here just struggling with the little wires right here because there was a lot more tied down than I thought initially. Of course, there's little power connectors all over the motherboard, and you just got to make sure you don't really force anything and, damage the system even more. And you can see me start cutting. Many of you are probably concerned why I have scissors out right now, but I was just trying to cut that little zip tie because I had everything tied down. Alright, so here you finally see me take out the front intake fan, and as you can see here, I'm trying my best to actually take out the motherboard, but little did I know I still had to take out the front power connector and the USB connectors in the front. For some reason my footage here cut, but after this I eventually took both of them out. Don't worry, I didn't break anything. I put it to the side, and the next clip should be me actually talking in real time, not over a time lapse, and yeah. Alright, welcome back. After what seemed like an eternity, took about another 20 minutes, I was able to remove everything that was inside of this case right here. Whoop, almost dropped it right there. So as you can see, power supply, CPU cooler, all the drives, the amount of screws that are out here, it's going to be crazy thinking about managing all of that. Front panel, of course, look at the amount of dust on this baby. Of course, this computer was probably made around 2008, I believe, when I checked the specs earlier. And motherboard's over there because I don't really want it to, interfere with all this other stuff. And so the next thing you guys will probably see is me the next day, of course, spray painting, cleaning out all, and just customizing this case. Of course, the side panel I already took off and masked. And yeah, I did all of that off camera, but you guys will see what my plans are for that later. And one thing you guys may have noticed is that the previous owner actually seems like they cut out a good portion of the back panel right here, probably just to fit in another drive or to fit in like a graphics card or something, and that'll come in helpful because of course I got a GTX 650 Ti back there. It's not a 1050 Ti, and I was gonna put it into this baby right here, so that should come in helpful. But yeah, it seemed rather strange. Anyway, like I said, next clip you'll probably see is me on the outside trying to customize this case, and I'll catch y'all next time. So it seems to me that the footage where I was actually modifying the case when I was outside, whether it was, cutting forward the side panel or whether it was spray painting the actual case, seems like that footage has actually gone to waste. Maybe I, forgot to hit the record button, maybe got deleted or whatever happened. It's gone. So the next little video you should see is just me explaining what I'm saying right now and just showing off what I actually did to the case. So continue watching the video. Hi y'all, what up? It's me again. Unfortunately, the footage when I was actually cutting the side panel right here and actually spray painting this case, I don't know what happened to it. Maybe my phone didn't really record. Maybe I just forgot to hit the record button. But yeah, that was all done off camera. And I actually did decide to spray paint the front panel, which I took off earlier, and also the two drives up front, the diskette, the floppy, and the optical. But yeah, here's basically the paint job I was going for. I started off with a white base and just went all around the case, make it all white, and then just went with a black paintbrush and a paintbrush with black paint on it, and just started striking it with the black paint. So this is what I got. Of course, some of you guys might not like this look, but this is the look I was going for, and I personally like it. So now I'll actually be housing in all of the other stuff that I've collected and all of my upgraded parts. And this paint still isn't 100% dry, so I really might regret this in the future. But yeah, it's dry to the touch right now, and that's all I was looking for. So I'll catch y'all later. Alright, so the next 30 seconds is just me trying to put together everything else back into the case. Of course, I let the case dry as much as it could. And yeah, so I put the intake fan back, the power connectors, all that good stuff, put the motherboard back in, screwed it back in, and the next clip should just be me putting in all the new hardware and all the upgrades we have. So thank you for watching. Alright, so I feel like it's necessary to install all of the new parts, in real time, so you guys just don't see a whole, time lapse. So the first thing I'll actually put in is these RAM sticks, and if I remember correctly, they're all keyed. I looked it up on a video, so they're all keyed in one direction, so you can't put it the wrong way. And they said you had to push in, so I just hope I don't break this. Okay, so I guess it just snaps in like that, so that's nice. Okay, make sure there's... Okay, I'm just making sure I get it all in. Yes, there's 4 sticks in here, but I see some people's setups having, only 2 sticks in there, so if somebody wants to explain that, please comment below, because I still don't have any idea of this. And here I am, just rebuilding this Optiplex 760. Ah. Okay, there you go. And this last one. Each time I push it in, I feel like I'm breaking it because of that noise. Okay, that last one went in pretty well. What's next? I could finally put in the optical drive now. Not the optical drive, this diskette drive right here. That one wire that was going over it, over the heatsink right here, was hecka ugly. So I just took it out. I didn't really feel like looking at that through the little side window. So it says lift and push. Oh, it's upside down. Of course I do that. And then you should hear a click, I think. Okay. I didn't hear a click, but it seems secure. And time for the optical drive. Oh, I'm starting to see what. Okay, I think I should have installed the the heatsink in the CPU first. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that right now. Okay, so I'll just show you what the CPU I got. This is the Intel Core 2 Quad Q9550. It only clocks in at about 283 gigahertz, but according to some websites, quad core is a lot better than dual core. So I'll just put this baby in. And one thing I picked up earlier today was this thermal paste. I've watched a couple of videos how to do it. I just see a bunch of people saying not to do it like The Verge, so I watched their video and saw how much they put on there. So looks like I shouldn't follow suit. So I just close this right here and apply my thermal paste. Set about a pea size right in the middle. All right, that's a generous P right there. Don't ice a cake, as some people said in that Verge video comment. And one interesting thing I did with the heatsink was I spray painted the top too, because this is going to be visible from the front, and I just removed that little factory sticker that had the directions on how to remove everything, because heck, everything was pretty easy to remove. So I'm guessing now, I don't really think you have to put any thermal paste on here. I didn't really see anybody do that, so I'll just assume not. And this seems keyed, so let's see if it just slides in. All right, that's perfect. It just hangs like that? Seems like there's a screw or something that goes in there, but apparently not. So line it up with these and just go down. And I'm guessing what that does is also spreads that thermal paste down there. And time to screw in. Just making sure I'm not screwing through the motherboard. Oh no. I'm not hearing anything, so there's a small chance I might be screwing through the motherboard right now, and I do not know it. Yeah, this thing's fitting pretty weirdly, so I don't... Uh-oh. There you go. Oh my gosh, that noise was so welcome. Maybe I just put this in wrong. We'll see. We'll see later what I did wrong. If this system doesn't boot, then I know what's wrong. I know where I went wrong. Specifically right here. Bookmark this part of the video. Okay, so that's secure right there. One of the additional weird things I was gonna add, since this is an Oreo build, if you didn't see the thumbnail, is I'm gonna put this Oreo sticker right here, and it'll look pretty nice. So I just don't like how it has this white bezel, or this blue bezel around the Oreo, the cookie. Okay, careful now. Okay, that's not in the middle. Whatever, it's already down. I screwed that up so bad. Okay, make sure that's all down. Okay, there. We have an Oreo cookie on our heatsink. Hopefully that doesn't really, melt off or something like that, but we'll see. And, oh, okay. What was I doing? I was in the middle of installing this right here. I just remember that these had cables on the back, so time to reconnect these. There you go. And make sure it's facing the right way. Of course, I almost put it in backwards again. Holy crap. What is this? There you go. That was the noise I was looking for. Okay, this thing is really hectic down here. I don't know what it is. And now we have our hard drive place. But of course, I'm going to replace it with this Inland Professional SSD. And the only problem is, the only way we're going to be able to power our graphics card is using another one of these. So I went ahead and bought myself one of these. It's a SATA cable splitter. I could have spray painted it. I don't know, but I don't really feel like, waiting for these cables to dry. And of course, each time a cable bends and stuff, it'll probably wear out the paint. So I just decided otherwise. Okay. Put that in. I'm terrible cable management. I think I should actually get the graphics card in here first. So let me get this out. Here is a GTX 650 Ti. Of course, it's in a 1050 Ti box. But of course, I didn't really want to quote-unquote bottleneck it. Considering this is a pretty old processor. So I'll just toss that box on the ground. Look what we have here. It's a Zotac 650 Ti. It's only 1 GB of, I forgot what RAM it is, but and I want to do it like this, and that's why this person, the previous owner, I don't think you can see that on camera. Yeah, the previous owner actually had a little cutout, so I'm assuming that they did the same thing as what I'm gonna do right now, is to put a graphics card in here. I'm assuming they did that as well, So yeah, it's actually pretty helpful, the fact that they did that. This electrical tape is actually, I should have changed that out. Oh, whatever. And yeah, so it could basically go in like this right now, but only problem is the case of course isn't large enough, so that's why I went ahead and got myself one of these PCI Express 16X adapter, whatever it's called. Put a link in the description. And I'm pretty sure it just goes like this. So you place that down, you fold this, and then you put your graphics card in here. There you go. Until you hear that little click. And it just sits like that. And then it also needs to be powered by one of these. This is why it's a SATA to 6-pin connector, because this is what the bottom part is. So I connect this. It's gonna look nice. Let me try running it under. Can I do that? I want to run it under so I like have somewhat of a cable management, but it seems non-existent. I don't think that's possible right now. We'll see. I'll make it work. That's how it always. That's basically how this build is right now. I'll make it work. Okay, that's in. Let me adjust this camera real quick. I don't think y'all can see that. All right, that's perfect. We run it under this graphics card. I have a feeling this graphics card is gonna get hot and like just fucking burn through that cable, but hope not. It's shielded anyway. Okay, so I think it just sits like, yeah, it'll just sit like that. Now is the moment we actually got to get the SSD in. So here's the SSD. It's SATA powered as well. Okay, put that baby in here, and this blue cable just goes like that. Everything's fine, I promise you. Okay, there you go. And I guess I'll just sit in here like this. Oh my gosh. Horrendous cable management here. Hey, I guess it's not too bad for my first build. Or mod, whatever you want to call it. I guess I'll just sit flat like this. Case is on. Show off the Inland Professional. I was wondering if I could just run it externally. And yet again, my phone screws me over and stops recording at the worst time again. Don't worry, the parts that you guys missed isn't really relevant to the build. That was just me trying to struggle with cable management and all that good stuff. And the next video you should see is just a continuation of what I was doing beforehand, but this time it's with the side panel. Okay, for this next step, I'll be installing all of the RGB, the LED light strips. I got these LED light strips off of eBay. It was about $7. It wasn't that expensive. So I just stuck it on to the bottom right there. And these are USB powered, so it'll be hanging outside of the case. It doesn't really look too bad post build, but I only did that because, of course, I don't know if this motherboard has any RGB support. Anyway, the next thing you'll see me doing right here is to install the side acrylic window I got from Home Depot. And first thing I did was lay it out with some double-sided tape. And here's the acrylic window right here. Of course, it faces one way. And I'll try going over it, and you see me cut my finger right there. And just a reminder, if you're doing some work with sharp objects, take precaution, or else you'll cut yourself like me. And lastly, I just put some tape on the little areas where I think needed some extra support, which is all around the outside. And there, my side panel is done. So moving on to the next step. Alright, so now that I'm done with all of that stuff, of course I installed all the LEDs on the bottom. Installed this window right here, of course, cut my finger in the process. And look, it's looking pretty nice actually. Wondering why there's this big ass cookie in the window? Don't worry, because we've got the Oreo stickers. Now this is what I'm gonna add to the, oh, it's kind of mirrored on your side, but I'm just gonna add this to the screen right here. Let me make sure it's in the middle. I need a ruler or something. Oh, crap. Here it is. Found it. Oh. Okay, so I believe this entire thing is about 13 inches wide. Just making sure. About 10. Yeah, it's about 13 inches wide, so about 6.5 is right where the middle is. So right where that black speckle right here is, so where I'm gonna put this baby. Just like that. Okay, let me find the middle of this, and just to line it up, then it'll be 4. Right where that R is. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, let me get this sticker out. Hoping the sticker isn't low quality. What type of sticker is this? Oh, I was getting the bottom. Okay. This thing's pretty thin. Honestly, though. Look at this. Okay, it's a thin sticker. Shouldn't really expect much from eBay. Just add that baby like that. It's got that nice texture in the back, of course, because of these black speckles. And wow, here's my Oreo PC. I was also gonna add it to the back. Let's try standing this up. So this is gonna be a problem for me. This SSD is just gonna sit on top of that, but of course, since this thing's here, good thing it's not gonna drop down to the fan of that CPU. So now I'm gonna add it to this back side right here, right where that Dell logo is. I don't know if you could faintly see it right there, but I'm gonna add it there real quick. I'm not gonna set it down because I don't want to risk it. Goodness me, these stickers are harder to peel than I thought. But, yep. Alright, take that Oreo out. It's probably gonna look weird considering the Dell logo is still there. I could have filled it in with like clay or something, but I don't feel like it. There it is. Just stick that on like that. And our outside build is officially done. Okay. It's quite the story right there. Let me flip this. I don't know if I can. No, I can't. Next video you should see is going to be the outside. Anyway, so this is what I was talking about. It looks like this on the... This is the back side. Of course, I'm going to attach these little rubber things. But I actually like how it looks like this without these little rubber things in here. That's just, of course, if I decide to flip it on its side like that. But, you know... It'll be on like this. Oh gosh. Okay, of course I need to fix that right there. Here's the front. Of course, turned out way nicer than I thought. I wish I left this black, but of course when I was spray painting this, you can't really remove this panel right here. So the spray paint got onto, you know, the side up here. So I was like, why not? Just paint the entire damn thing white. Oh, there you go. It's finally in. There it is. Oreo box right there. Shout out to the ketchup. So after this, I should be able to actually plug this into my computer, and I'll see you guys if it posts, and if not, make a couple fixes and we'll see what happens. And then hopefully I could power on the LED so you guys can see that. Alright, so I plugged it into the power and we'll see how it actually, you know, turns on. It's nice. Of course, it's spinning. It's not connected to anything right now, of course. Let's see if I could turn it on. Oh, it does turn on. Oh, that's nice. Of course, if you view from the side, there's no hotspot right there. Of course, it's beeping because there's nothing it's connected to. And yeah, so that's basically done for the outers. What can I do? I think it looks nice with the white. So, all right, yeah, just gonna put it back there. Oh, there goes my TV. Hold on, let me turn that off. Oh, now my TV won't turn off. This is creepy. All right, there you go. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. This is about a $7 LED strip I got off eBay. Let's see if it flashes. Okay, now that just looks like some Christmas lights. I like the strobe one. That was nice. So it looks like I just got to point it back here because the receiver's back here. It's going to be a pain in the butt to change out anyway, but that's what it looks like on the outside, and I'm actually pretty proud of what it looks like. Yeah, of course, this can use some fixing up here, but of course, this is my first time building, and hey, didn't turn out too bad. And now I'll actually go into video games and see how it actually performs. Now, of course, this was something I was expecting. Just says floppy diskette seek failure and rear fan failure, but I'll just press F1, of course, because we already took out the other stuff. And so yeah, this is going to be the SSD I actually had in my laptop. So putting it into here, it already has Windows in it, and yeah, we're good. Let me log in real quick, see if all my laptop files will actually show up. Wow, there it is. Oh my gosh. Pretty different seeing it on this monitor. Of course, this monitor is only 60 Hz, so I can't really do anything crazy with it. But yeah, this PC's actually holding up pretty well. Of course, it's just chilling right there. And let's play some Minecraft. It's the only game I actually have installed that can actually be used as like a little tester. Of course, the game is starting soon, so I'll just see how it affects. Of course, we're loading in. And not bad. Of course, just seeing who's on my team, seeing if I actually have a chance of winning. Okay, so yeah, it dips, and oh, there's a hacker. That's nice. What a way to start the day. What a way to test out my FPS. Alright, so now that I've completed this project right here, you know, it's an incredible feeling. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, I've never built a PC, never done anything remotely close to it. So the fact that I got this old office computer to turn into this, you know, nice looking gaming computer, it's quite a feeling. Of course, I'll provide you guys updates later in the future, see if anything happens with it. Hopefully not. And maybe I'll upload a separate video showing you guys, you know, testing it on different games other than Minecraft, of course, because that's the only thing I really had time for today. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you could you start going Optiplex hunting, try to find these old Optiplexes and turning it into something new, something incredible. And what can I say? Look at this baby, so sweet in my opinion. But anyway, thank you for watching, and just remember, this was made at 12 a.m.